New Regency has just announced that they are putting a hold indefinitely on a movie featuring Steve Carell. Now, they were supposed to start filming this movie. We don't know the name of it right now, but it did feature a plot that involved North Korea, and 20th Century Fox got a little afraid, and they decided that they would renege on their distribution agreement. And so a lot of this has to do with the Sony hack. Of course, the Sony hack had to do with the interview, which upset the North Korean officials because it had to do with executing Kim Jong-un, or assassinating him, I should say. And so now all of a sudden we have other production companies and distribution companies totally chickening out of movies because they're worried about anonymous hackers either hacking into their email system or possibly doing a terrorist attack.
Okay, in response, I would like to tell Kim Jong-un, here, come to me for a second, Jesus. Okay, you are not a god. You don't bowl 300 every time you bowl. You don't read minds. You're full of crap. And we will not be pulling this from any of the outlets we have. Okay? So, like, what these guys, I mean, this is insane. Do you know that the North Koreans are constantly threatening America? Yeah. Like, people think this is new. It's not new. Mm-hmm. We didn't take them seriously before. I mean, I guess it's because a lot of people don't read the news. That's our job, right? We read the news religiously. So I can't tell you the number of stories. It might be in the hundreds that I've read where the North Koreans are like, we will destroy all of your cities. We will burn everything down. We are almighty. Bow down before us, and we will crush you in our infinite might. Don't you dare cross us. And we're like, yeah, pa-ting, pa-ting, pa-ting. Now all of a sudden, Sony, Regency, Fox, they're all running for the hills. This is madness. First of all, they are total chickens for letting this happen, right? So let's say that it's 100% certain, and the feds claim that they're 100% certain that North Korea is behind this, right? You're going to allow a dictator of a completely different country totally dictate what we do in our country when it comes to creative freedom and freedom of expression? That's insane. You shouldn't do that. I mean, look, I get it. You're probably going to feel a little spooked after your email has been hacked into, right? And all of a sudden, all this personal information is being leaked to the presses. But at the same time, you have to have a backbone, and you have to understand that being manipulated by hackers makes you so incredibly weak. They're not going to do a terrorist attack. They're threatening you. I think they're empty threats. And honestly, I don't even know if I really buy that North Korea is behind this. I'll get to that in a second. But Steve Carell's a little pissed about this, and he should be, because he makes the same point Anna's making about creative freedom. He's like, that's what happened to creative freedom. And I saw this online, so I don't want to take credit for it. Somebody made a very good point. If we let North Korea dictate what we're going to do, as Anna just pointed out, then we are North Korea. I mean, it's crazy. What does it come to? Imagine now this. My point, imagine if it was a Muslim leader somewhere, a fundamentalist Muslim leader, and the Ayatollah in Iran's like, okay, don't show that movie. And American companies are like, oh, okay, so we're so sorry, Grand Ayatollah. And they started pulling movies, and people would go nuts, right? I mean, we couldn't have that. That'd be, why are we letting the North Koreans do it? They're even less powerful. Mm-hmm. Look, and now to Anna's point. I know, look, not only is the Justice Department saying it's North Korea, okay? People have been saying it's North Korea all along. The movie, the interview is about North Korea. And now I've been given several different articles about how the North Koreans have actually secretly been training people in Russia and China, and that they've been up to this for a long time, and they have Bureau 121 who's been doing this, and so it shouldn't be surprising. I still don't believe it.
There's something at play here. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there were some 4chan hackers who saw this story and they got super interested in it and they're like, let's play. Right? I mean, it could be anything. I don't know. That's speculation. I don't know if there's really any truth behind that. But it's just, for some reason, I don't know what it is. It's more of an instinct. It's a gut feeling. I don't think that the North Korean government is really behind this. That's just my speculation. I don't know.
I think it's probably very few of you have seen the movie Snowpiercer, but at one point they realize it's a bit of a futuristic movie. Oh my God, the guards don't have bullets. Okay. Now I'm not giving much away in the movie because it happens rather early on. I think that's what's going to be happen when we finally go into North Korea. We're going to be like, oh my God, their guns were made of paper mache. And I don't say this just out of nowhere. I mean, it's not just that they brag about nonsense stuff and yada yada. It's that I talked to a North Korean defector, a woman that we'd covered on the show once. I met her in person, and she said when she went through this incredibly harrowing experience through China to finally get to South Korea. And so when she was in the South Korean airport, when she got there, and this is really uncomfortable, but it's a true story, she drank from the toilet bowl because she thought, oh my God, look at all this wonderful water.
Oh my God.
That's the state that the North Koreans live in. She took the toilet paper and put it in her bag, and she's like, oh my God, they left this valuable paper with flowers on it out. It must have been a mistake. I should grab this while I can.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
She said when she got to the border of South Korea, in effect, that it was like the border of heaven. She couldn't believe what was in it, right? And so people live like that in North Korea, and those guys have the most sophisticated hackers in the world. And I know leadership obviously lives a completely different lifestyle than the citizens of North Korea. But I'm still not buying that they're sophisticated enough to be able to pull this off. And then the Guardians of Peace, why did they call it that? Something about this story smells super fishy.
And I know it's going to continue to develop. There's going to be some new development, a big development, probably next week, and we'll figure out exactly what's going on.
Yeah, but it does literally seem Kim Jong unbelievable.
Yes.